We in the Define King James Bible. The Define King James Bible just goes in. There's no separation. It doesn't explain what's going on. It's just straight Bible. So it's probably not the best to read stories, to people with, but because it doesn't separate anything, it just goes in like one long sentence. Anyways, Exodus, the second book of Moses, Exodus chapter 2. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived and bare a son, and when she saw him, that he was goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could no longer hide him, she took for him an ark, a bulrush, and diabed, and with slime, and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flag by the river brinks. And his sister stood afar off, and to wit and what would be done to him. And the daughters of the Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river side. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maids to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Hebrew children. And then she said, his sister to the Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew woman, that she may nurse the child for thee? And the Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. And the Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, Take the child away, and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him unto the Pharaoh's daughter, and she became her son. And she called his name Moses. She said, Because I drew him out of the water. And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren, and looked on their burdens. And he spied on an Egyptian smiting on a Hebrew, one of his brethren. And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptians and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together, and said to him that did the wrong, Wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? And he said, Who made thee a prince and a judge over us? And intendest thou to kill me, as thou killest the Egyptians? And Moses feared, and said, Surely this thing is known. Now when the Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh, and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. And now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came, and they drew water, and filled the troughs to their waters, their father's flocks. And the shepherds came, and drove them away. But Moses stood up, and helped them, and watered their flocks. And when they came to Reuel, their father, he said, How is it that ye are come so soon today? And they said, An Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us, and watered the flock. And he said unto his daughters, And where is he? Why is it that he have left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread. And Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter. And she bore him a son, and called his name Gershom. For he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land. And it came to pass in the process of time, that the king of Egypt died. And the children of Israel, signed by reasons of bondage, they cried. And their cry came up unto God by reason of bondage. And God heard their groaning. And God remembered the covenant Abraham with Isaac and with Jacob. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto him. Unto them. Wow. So wow, that one chapter has a lot going on, for sure. So it tells me that Moses already knew he was already, a Hebrew, because that's why he slew the guy. At least that's what I got from all this. And then he ran away, slew the man, ran away, found his woman. and had a baby, did everything properly, and then it switches right to God. You know, God's hearing the cry of the people, so we know Moses is going to get his call real soon. God bless you all. And what I mean by when the Defined Bible just goes in, it's just like in that one chapter, you know, like so much went on, you know. The Pharaoh's daughter picked up the baby, and you know, he grew up and found out he was a Hebrew, slew those Egyptians, killed the two men, ran away, got married, had a son. You know, a lot of stuff was going on. There was no separations of what's going on. Boom. That's what I mean. Just compact. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for guiding me through that, and it was pretty clear to me what was going on.